channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another live stream. Yeah, it's a little earlier than usual, but hey, we got a lot of ground to cover. Okay. And I'll fill you in on the details kind of as y'all start filing in. I kind of know that, since this is a little unusual time, that everyone's going to kind of file in a little late in the stream. However, it's just one of them things. This is a live stream that's going to start covering Project Lena. Project Lena is our 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Now, once people start coming in, we're going to go ahead and go outside and actually start taking a closer look at Project Lena. We're going to take a look at some of the parts that's going to start going on to Project Lena, and then we're going to take a look at a few other things and kind of talk about something that's going to kind of happen through this year here on the Prince Magnum channel. And some of that's going to be kind of, just kind of as this year goes on. All right. So we're going to cover a lot of ground, a lot of ground. The first thing we got to talk about is Project Lena's back brakes is toast. They is gone. They flat just flipped us the bird yesterday, and those back brakes are no more. So we had to go pick up some brand new ones, and we got some new Duralast Gold ceramic brakes for her back, and those will be going on tomorrow. So again, as soon as people start filing in, we're gonna go over those parts. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for people to kind of show up, I'm gonna go ahead and make a few minor adjustments. There we go. Usually this is about the time that everyone starts kind of piling in all at once, and it's like, oh my goodness, so we're going to again cover a lot of ground on Project Lena. Now, for those again that do not know, Project Lena is a 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Along with that, we're also going to touch a little bit of base a little bit, not very much, on Project Spirit. Project Spirit gets a lot of camera time, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on Project Lena. Project Lena does not get enough camera time. All right. So right now I'm just kind of killing time, waiting for people to kind of come in. Again, this is a little bit early, but to kind of clue y'all in. Princess Faye is at work right now. I had to take her to work today, and there's no 100% guarantee when she's going to be getting out of work. So I kind of have to be ready for that at any time. For whenever she, basically sends me a message saying, yeah, I'll be out at this time or whatever. So that's kind of what's going on there. And right now I'm just checking to make sure there's nothing in the way of me being able to see any, her notification saying, come get me or whatever. Again, this is a little earlier than usual. So real quick, we did release yet another aircraft remover, and it seems to be doing fairly well. A lot of people really enjoy it. Y'all are enjoying the aircraft remover series, so I'm having fun with it. I was hoping there'd already be some people in. I hate talking to myself like this. But, so here in just a second, I'm going to start disconnecting my camera. Well, starting to get the camera gear ready, and then we'll go outside and all that good stuff. I guess I should have put my shoes on long before this, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We always do. We're going to go outside here in just a moment. And we're going to start taking a look at Project Lena. Now, again, Project Lena is kind of a different car than a lot of people are kind of used to here on the Prince Magnum channel, but she's still a pretty neat car. As a matter of fact, she's been an amazing co-star to Project Spirit, and for that, I mean, shoot, I love it. I love it. Oh, we got someone here finally. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, finally. I started about 5 minutes ago, and it's like, well, I'm hoping everyone is able to make it. So here in just a moment, we're going to go outside and we're going to take a look at my wife's project car. Now, the ongoing gag is here on the channel that, hey, what's going on, Harrison? No, I'm not wearing makeup. What's going on, buddy? Trying to slide my shoes on, and then we're going to go outside. And I'm going to show you guys, whoever's here in the live, I'm going to show off Princess Faye's project car. Her car is getting ready to get a new set of back brakes. Her back brakes went out yesterday, so I had to take her to work. So kind of a heads up, there's an excellent chance that well, Harrison, you might have missed it, but there's a new aircraft remover up. I don't know if you've seen the aircraft remover series or not. It's a running gag here on the channel. So we're up to number 8 now. Number 8, not a joke. We're up to number 8 on the aircraft remover series. Grab my keys. Anyhow, no, I'm taking you. So we're going to take a look at Project Lena. I don't know if you've ever seen Project Lena. I know a lot of you really haven't. So, all right. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to go ahead and give a button push. And this is Project Lena. This is Princess Faye's 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT that she's had for a little while now. And yeah, there's some things that I like about it, some things that I don't, It's a good little car, though. And of course, And sad thing is they don't make Pontiacs anymore. They used to, Pontiac was a neat little car company, and inside it's pretty basic. Basic early, late 90s, early 2000s. Basically, unlike Project Spirit, Project Lena actually has gauges, okay? Besides your usual fuel gauge and your speedometer, she comes standard with a tachometer and a temperature gauge, which is very important because underneath her hood, she's got an aluminum engine. And I will tell anybody right now, I hate aluminum engines. The reason being is because parts warp real easy on aluminum engines, and they don't hold up like the old cast iron ones. But here we go. Now, Project Lena, if I can remember. Y'all try to do this one-handed. There we go. Project Lena is a front-wheel drive car. Now, this is the 3400 fuel-injected V6 of her time. So 3400 is actually 3.4 liters, which is about 220-something cubic inches, if I remember correctly. The Ram Air induction system. Now, you would think that the scoops that you've seen up on top of the hood were for the actual scoops for the engine, okay? But the scoops, where the air actually is forced into the engine, is right through here, right in here. And it goes through this box right down here into this air filter box and then straight over into the engine, okay? And there's another air intake that runs down inside the fender, hence Ram Air induction. Now, this is great for performance. So this little package here ramps her up a couple extra horses, not a whole lot, but enough that it makes a difference. So that being said, in a front wheel drive configuration, you really don't need a lot of performance anyways, because with front wheel drive cars, I can't talk. They put down performance better than your standard rear wheel drive vehicles. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people like them for drag racing nowadays. But I still like my old school rear wheel drive. I could do more with them. But but what has actually changed? Well, we did a video where I cleaned and polished the throttle body, and the lettering here, I actually did that myself. I actually hand painted that myself, and Princess Faye hand painted the logo in Pontiac blue. That used to be red, but Pontiac blue. There used to be a time when car companies would do their engines in a specific color that was for that car company. They don't do that anymore. Now they just leave them aluminum or flat black, and that just it makes them bland. Car companies back in the day, like with good old Project Spirit down there, they used to paint their engines blue. Ford blue, or there was Chevy orange, and then there was like Hemi orange, and then Oldsmobile gold, and you get the idea. Every car company had their own color, and this is Pontiac blue. So that is a thing of the past now, but car companies used to do stuff like that. So now Project Lena is an automatic. She's got a 4-speed automatic, and there's her shifter right there. And you'll appreciate this. Princess Faye put that on there as a running gag, so he just kind of hangs on. Again, standard system for its time, which eventually we're going to have to see about changing out this head unit because it's slowly pooping out. But when's the last time you've seen a tape deck? You don't see that anymore. That's kind of a thing in the past as well. And a CD player. Right over here is actually something that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever in a front-wheel drive vehicle, and that is none other than traction control. Why in the world would you put traction control in a front-wheel drive vehicle? That it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So just one of them things. So along with that, like I said, pretty basic interior for its time, but for the most part, very sporty. Okay. Wow, this is going to be one of the deadest live streams I have ever done in a while. Okay. So again, this is just your standard run-of-the-mill Pontiac Grand Am GT. Again, you don't see these very often, and the GT package, well, the scoops and the spoiler that's on it, and along with the ground effects that's on it, that was an option, not standard. So, this is this is Princess Faye's project car, and she absolutely loves it. Myself personally, not necessarily. Hey, what's going on, JD? Good to see you. Good to see you. Giving a walk around Project Lena, Princess Faye's project car. So, and tomorrow we will actually be working on said project car. Rear brakes are toast. So we got, so this is her project car. This is Project Lena, a 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Thank you, JD. I appreciate that. But this is her project car. And right over here, I was just showing this off. This is the 3400 series fuel-injected V6, and 3400 meaning 3.4 liter V6, front-wheel drive, 4-speed automatic. What year? 2003. Most of the time, the Pontiac Grand Ams at this time are absolutely just trashed. And Project Lena is not one of those cars. She actually is in really good shape. Now, I will say that about 3 months after we got her, you could barely tell, but if you look right here, I actually hit a deer. And I spent a good part of my day fixing that fender after hitting that deer. So I managed to save the car from being totaled. But yeah, so yeah, that was the first time I ever hit a deer. Now, real quick, I was just talking about this. Harrison was just in here and I explained it, so I'll explain it to you. This lettering used to be red. Princess Faye actually hand painted this back in Pontiac blue. There used to be a time when car companies used to paint their engines different colors. Pontiac had the blue like this. Chevrolet had a special orange. Mopar had an orange themselves. Ford had their own blue. I know Oldsmobile had gold, and just that's what car companies did back then. But nowadays, this is it. This is how they leave them. No style, no panache, no nothing. They just throw them together. And so we went in, and she took the red lettering off. Hey, what's going on? The amazing LSB. She took the red lettering off and hand painted this in Pontiac blue. And then I came up here and painted that in, which it looks factory, but it is not. I hand painted that in Pontiac blue. So that's where we are on this part of the project. So again, I think if I remember correctly, this engine's rated for about 125 to 150 horses. Well, this car is pretty zippy, but she's getting ready to go through some changes. Her back brakes are gone, basically. They're fried, but the rotors look really good, so I'm really happy with that. The rotors are in real good shape. I don't see any heavy grooves in it, so it should be easy to replace all of that. We just got to go in and remove all the clips. We got to jack her up, take the wheels off, and then pop the calipers loose. And then once the calipers are out, we can remove those pads and then get everything back together, which ironically enough, again, this is Princess Faye's car, and we've actually showed this car in a couple of car shows. So, as a matter of fact, that blue, well, you can get a better look right there. That we actually did ourselves in a video, showed how to do that. And here's what's left of the pinstriping that she did on Project Lena. But she wants something, Princess Faye wants something different, so she took all of that off. So, again, for your standard run-of-the-mill 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT, it's in really good shape. Most of the time, most of the time, these cars are in serious disrepair. So that's one of the reasons why we decided, that I was like, this is the perfect project car, because most of the time people don't take very good care of these cars. And this car is coming up on, actually, it's a little over 200,000 miles now, and slowly catching up to Project Spirit on the mileage side. And most of the time, these things do not last past 200,000 miles. Most of the time, they're junk by 150,000. So the fact that this car is still rocking and rolling after all this time is pretty freaking awesome. Now, one of the things that I hate, and I hate this on Project Spirit, hood props. I prefer to have actual hood hinges. That's something I don't like about this car, and especially having a fiberglass hood, because you can see that actually cracked when we hit that deer, but it didn't affect it from up here. So we got lucky there. And again, these scoops are non-functional. The ram air for the ram air induction actually works through here. The grill itself, where it sucks air in for the radiator, is down here. But right here is an additional vent system. And it sucks the air right up through this, right down inside this box, and then right to the air filter box here. Then to go along with that, it has your standard hookup here for, like what you normally find on vehicles. So this is an additional piece that pushes in more air into this engine, and more air equals more power. You like that? Yeah, the hood scoops are just for show. Now you can go in and cut this out and then remove those pieces up here, and you can actually make these functional. But here's the problem, okay? Most people don't realize this. Hood scoops on these engines are useless. They're absolutely useless because of this system right here. All the air is going to do is just blow in around the engine. So it doesn't do anything. Why in the world would you put... Yeah. So where the actual air is needed is right here. So Pontiac basically put these on strictly for show. So it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, you could feasibly have not put these scoops on and still made it look sporty, but that's Pontiac for you. You know, Pontiac was starting to really lose their edge around this time. And yeah, they brought the GTO back, but that was actually a vehicle made by Holden, and it was rebadged here in the States. Okay, it had an American V8, but that's about it. Which, for the record, Holden was a damn good car company. So there you go. These scoops do nothing. As a matter of fact, that's just a plastic piece right there. And the actual air goes in right there. Oh, you getting ready to go live? Getting ready to go live? I appreciate you coming in, hanging with us a bit. Oh, that's what I do. Is you know, I'm always talking about cars and working on stuff. You know how it is. It's something that I do. But again, one of the other things that's got to be changed is the head unit. And the other thing that I was kind of talking about before. Yeah, exactly, A&R. Good to see you. Hey, Queen Bee, you just snuck right in there. What's up? We're talking about Project Lena. Kind of giving a walk around. She doesn't have as much done to her as Project Spirit, but this is Princess Faye's very own project car. This is what she's working on. But, oh, real quick, 4-speed automatic. And real quick, Queen Bee, you're going to love this. I bought her this. He just hangs onto the automatic shifter. That's her thing. Now, come tomorrow, we're going to actually be doing. Basically, we're going to be doing the rear brakes, and I say we, mainly I'll just be there for moral support. Princess Faye has said that she wants to do it. She wants me out of the way. She's going to do this herself. But hey, you guys are going to get me in trouble if she sees this. But yes, and the back brakes, these are a little bit different than what's on Project Spirit, but these are basically disc brakes, 4-wheel disc brakes. And at this time, that was actually a new thing, really, where cars started receiving that sort of stuff regularly. And of course, the tired, worn out Ram Air V6 badge is that. So, and of course, right down at the far end is good old Project Spirit hanging out, just doing what she does, looking good. And then right here, this is Project Lena. Now, Faye is actually at work right now, but the problem is with those back brakes gone, she couldn't drive her. So we'll go up now, and we'll actually, come on. Shoot, I don't know. I don't keep, oh, the Camaro up there? I don't know who that belongs to. A good looking color, though. I do like its color, but they just, I know what they were trying to do by when they were doing the new Camaros, but the problem is that it's like they started adding the extra shaping in it. It's like, no, you don't need to do that, guys. As a matter of fact, it was last year I released actual video footage where Project Spirit outran one of those Camaros. I think it might be about a 2012. But I used Project Spirit to outrun one of those new Camaros. So I guess they aren't that fast. Well, Project Spirit does have a top speed of close to 130. In that ballpark area. So, not bad for an old inline 6 that was rated at 8 horses in the 70s. All right, topping off the coffee cup, let's go talk parts. And Since there probably won't be much in the way of car shows this year, we are going to do something about that. Um, Princess Faye and I have discussed this at great length, and we thought it would be kind of fun if we did kind of like our own personal car show where you guys in the Maverick Nation would get to decide which car you like at the end of the summer. We're going to spend as much time as it's not like we're doing a whole lot more than usual, but we talked about it. Well, yeah, she's pretty quick. She's pretty quick. That's about 200 kilometers per hour. Holy crap! Yeah. Well, see, I wouldn't be able to tell you on the speedometer because project. You're gonna love this. Project Spirit does not have kilometers printed on her speedometer. Now, sometime after Project Spirit, they started doing that a little regularly, but they weren't. They were not doing that at that time. That was yeah, that came later. Project Spirit, from what I understand, normally Mavericks do not have speedometers that go all the way up to 100, 120 miles an hour. Mine does, and I've buried the needle a couple of times. Shh, don't tell Princess Faye; she'll execute me. Uh, Actually, she knows already, but still, yeah. Um, so earlier today, I had to go over and I had to pick up some new parts. You guys are gonna laugh about this. I'm like, are those really the back brakes? My God, those things are teeny tiny. I couldn't believe it. Look at how small these dang things are. I'm like, my God, look at these tiny little things. They are not that big, you know? I'm like, my God, these things are tiny. I'm used to big honking, I don't know what to think. They're not that big, really. I mean, I know, that's what she said, right? But yeah, these are the actual ceramic brakes. These are not metallics, um, which we only paid $41 and some change after tax for the ceramic brakes, along with some extra clips and little doodads like that. Um, so that's pretty cool, right? So, um, so we got that done. And along with that, hang on a second, I got to make sure, Princess. This may end up being a two-part episode, so kind of a heads up. Um, no, she hasn't messaged me yet. Again, Princess Faye is actually stuck at work right now. And with her being stuck at work, she just, you know, she can't get out right now. Well, I had to take her to work, which had been a while since I got to take her to work in Project Spirit. It's always kind of nice to be able to do that. And, again, Project Spirit's my baby. Um, so we got brand new brakes for, for Project Lena. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you guys something really interesting. If I remember to put it where I can get to it easy. I think this is it. Yes, you guys are going to love this. One of the things that I do is, because nowadays when you buy a used car, or like me, you buy a classic car, good luck getting, having an owner's manual. No, we're going to do that tomorrow. This is just kind of talking, what's going to happen. Tomorrow, Princess Faye is going to actually kind of take over, and she's going to do the brakes. She wants to show everyone that a woman can work on a car. I've seen it, I taught her how to work on them, turn a wrench just with the best of them, but she wants to show all of you that it is possible, that a woman can work on them just like anybody else. So we're going to go live tomorrow, and she's going to be turning wrenches, and I get to stand there and do production stuff unless she needs me to break something loose. Yeah, Princess Faye can work on them just like a guy. She's good at it too. Um, Now, real quick, this is an actual. I think it's a great idea. I mean, um, Princess Faye, believe it or not, she can handle Project. Well, she could handle Project Spirit at one time. She knows how to drive stick, but here's the problem: since the last time she's drove Project Spirit to, you're not missing that, right? Right. Basically, there was like about 6 months between the time she drove Project Spirit, uh, you know, between the time she drove her, and a lot of work has went into good old Spirit. And Spirit can lay down a lot more performance than she could, but from that. Hey, what's going on, Queen Bee? We have two Queen Bees in here today. We have two Queen Bees. That's going to be very confusing, but I can handle this. Right now, we're talking about Princess Faye's project car. My wife has a project car of her own. Um, and I just got through showing it off. So for those yep. And so both of you ladies do not want to miss tomorrow. Tomorrow, my wife is going to be changing the back brakes on her car. Um, you know, Let me say it again. Right? So believe it or not, hang on a second. We're going to, all right, Queen Bee, 2214. You might want to drop something in the live because, well, you'll notice a slight change in the color of the text, and you'll notice an icon that's right next to your name. I think you know what happened. I will tell her you said hi. As a matter of fact, she's at work right now. I had to take her to work today because her back brakes um, gave out on her yesterday. Of all things, they gave out on her, and she had to limp the car home. And she got her home, and I said, "Yeah, those brake pads are toast." And again, these are the actual brake pads. I thought these things were teeny tiny for brake pads. They're not that big for brake pads. I'm used to the ones like on my car. They're like, of course, mine are actually designed to slow down a Ford big block 429. Like a huge big block engine. Um, and that thing so those brakes are big, but we're talking back brakes, and they're not quite as they're not quite as huge. Hey, hey, yep. Well, and see anymore because we've been going live a lot more these days, and we've been, doing a lot of stuff focused on not just staying positive but learning, and we've had a lot of laughs. Oh man. Hey, wait a minute there. TFC Gaming. I don't know why, but I thought you were a moderator, but we fixed that. You're a moderator now, okay? TFC Gaming, we added that. Okay, good deal. Because, here on the channel, we've been trying our best to not only remind everyone, staying positive helps keep the body healthy. A positive mind, healthy body, sort of thing. So we've been going live. Oh, that's your second account. All right. Well, we just fixed that. Perfect. See, it's almost like I knew what I was doing right there. Anyhow, um, so we've been, staying focused on trying to keep, help everyone stay positive. But at the same time, we've also been trying our best to not only do that, but also do a lot of learning and a lot of DIY stuff, here on the channel. which y'all know that's my bread and butter. DIY is what I do, whether it's cooking, cars, and to me, if you know about cars, you should know about cooking and vice versa. There's a lot of a lot of what you'll do in cooking, you'll use a lot of that same knowledge when you work on cars. It's just that's just kind of how it is. And let me say it again for our ladies in stream right now. My wife. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, let's set you up on this one too. Real quick. My wife is going to be putting these brakes on tomorrow, not me. I'm going to be holding the camera. I'm going to be the one holding the camera while live streaming while she shows you guys that a woman can do the same thing a man can. Okay. And so, any of you ladies out there, I wish I could do that. But basically, Princess Faye is going to show you. Don't be wishing you could do it. Just do it. Get out there and learn. Okay. Not just here, but there's plenty of DIY channels that'll show you how to work on stuff, work on cars or whatever your flavor is. And so the guys can't sit there and go, well, that's a man's job. No, a woman can do it just as well as a man. And I love that. I love showing, hey, you ladies can do it too. Matter of fact, when Princess Faye was 3 months pregnant with our last child, she took the dang socket wrench out of my hand and started changing spark plugs on Project Spirit. There's video proof of that here on YouTube. That is not a joke. Yeah, poor chairman. They've been messing with his channel a little bit, and I'm like, oh no, we're going to stand up for that. We're not going to tolerate that. Real quick, for those that don't know, who hasn't had a chance to see it yet, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. My sis hasn't been getting notifications either. That's been a normal problem with a lot of channels. What'd you miss? Well, we were outside taking a look at Project Lena, Princess Faye's 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. We just took a look at the new brakes that's going to be going on to Project Lena tomorrow. And I was just getting ready to show off how we do custom car manuals here on the Prince Magnum channel. This here is the manual that we're making for the cars. Yeah, I could post it in Discord. Real quick. You guys are going to love this. This is the parts numbers for Project Spirit's front disc brake conversion. This is the actual parts list along with cross-referencing between actual companies here. That is not a joke. Between actual auto parts places. Right here. Here's like the caliper numbers for AutoZone. Here's the ones for O'Reilly's. Over here's the one for the master cylinder for AutoZone, for O'Reilly's, the rotors for AutoZone, the numbers from O'Reilly's, brake lines. Yeah, quite literally, I have cross-reference between different. You want to see the pads? I couldn't believe it. These things are really teeny tiny. I honestly, they're not that big. But yeah, they're not that big, really. And ceramic brakes. So basically, tomorrow, one of the things that we will actually be doing is I'll be writing down these numbers here, the parts numbers. Hey, what's going on, Sean? I'll be writing down the parts number here. That way I have this listed in that book. Yeah, got the Duralast Golds. And good to see you, Sean. Sean's already checked out the new aircraft remover. We're now up to number 8. Aircraft remover 8. And this one was, I've been laughing at this one. I've been watching it too. I'm laughing at my own joke, basically. It's pretty dang funny. But yeah, so I'll actually write down these part numbers in that book and actually have that. So all I got to do is go in. I could legit show up with my folder and open up the page like such to whichever vehicle and look through and actually find what I need and say, okay, I need partner, I need this. There you go. Oh, heads up, Sean. We got two queen bees in here, so heads up. Just kind of, it's almost confusing, but I got this. I got this. All right. So basically, this is Project Lena. We've not had to do a whole lot of work, but that's her air filter number. So I could show up and buy the STP, and all I need when I go to get the STP number. I love it. Oh, the aircraft remover joke. Real quick, LSB was like he's waiting for Death Star. Basically, we're gonna run the aircraft remover gag as long as we can, because if you guys are still laughing at it, I'm gonna keep making them. But when you guys see the Death Star explode, you know we're getting close to the end, because basically it's run its course. But right now, I mean, everyone's enjoying that gag, and so we're just going to keep it going. I mean, why not? Why not? And here in just a few, we'll go back out and take a look at Project Lena again. But so if you guys ever wondered how I did all of that, and of course, like I said, this is the actual manual that I'm making, and so like right here, that's the air filter for Project Spirit STP SA303. That tells me the exact one that she needs. I could show up at an AutoZone, say I need STP. I need an STP filter SA303. They'll know exactly what I'm looking for. I can actually go right over the shelf, really, and just pull it right off the shelf myself. I don't even have to have them there. I could even show up. So, as a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, we might just do that now for Project Lena. And what I liked about the golds, they did that a couple weeks ago, ironically enough. They totally did that a couple weeks ago. I don't know why. Well, that's all right. You know how we do that? Well, I'll tell you how we do that. Most everyone in here, right? Got to get the hardware pieces. That honestly, to tell you the truth, we really didn't need to get the Duralast golds, to be honest with you, okay? The reason why we did is because it came with the hardware. That was the only difference between it and the regular set. That and a slightly longer warranty, but honestly, it's ceramic brakes. Why do you need that long of a warranty? And along with that, ceramic brakes on the back, that's going to last a good minute. You know what I'm saying? So really, we really did not need these. But I just wanted the extra hardware. That way, if there is anything that's broken or needs replaced, we got it. Doesn't hurt to have that on hand, right? Along with that, I also picked up some stuff because we're going to do a little bit of cleaning to Project Spirit tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to stream that, but because we're over in Deloge, there's a Dollar Tree right nearby, actually right next door to where our local AutoZone. So I picked up some all-purpose cleaner. And of course, this is the type of glass cleaner I like because it foams up and it cleans the windows just really nice. They look really, really, really good. I mean, really good. So that's why I like those. And I got something else, but heck, I can't remember everything. Oh, and I picked up a new microfiber towel. Okay, you get these for a Dollar Tree. I love these things. Nice and soft and doesn't scuff anything. And basically, we're going to be spending a little bit of time cleaning on Project Spirit. Just kind of knock a little bit of the dust off of her paint, and we're going to start assessing where the next part of the project. I've got a paint picked out. We're getting ready to start body work. Talked to my buddy, to a good friend of mine, who goes by the name T Bone. And y'all, if y'all seen the front disc brake conversion video, uh, he actually was in that video. So him and I are going to be doing some body. He's going to be doing some welding. I'm going to do some grinding, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Because Project Spirit's not going to be the same once we're done. We're going to, just she's going to look great. Um, and it's been a little while since I've done any body work, but I think I still got it. As a matter of fact, I already got some body putty right over there. You can see it over there on the shelf. Please note, I said body putty. Yes, I do have the Bondo brand, but not all body putty is Bondo. And I hate when people do that. Um, just because you have a nitrous oxide system doesn't necessarily mean it's from nitrous oxide systems. I hate that. It drives me crazy. There's other companies out there. I think there's a company called Venom. There's Nitrous Express goes by NX. But automatically you get these um, these jobber style hot rodders. They don't, they're noobs at it, so they don't know, and they heard it said a couple of times, oh, I got NOS. Really? And you pop, let me see it. Let me see that setup. And you pop it. It's from Nitrous Express, and you're like, I mean, you do. No, it is Body Putty. Uh, that's a brand of body putty. 3M makes a body putty, that's branded as Bondo, and literally, yes, there's different types, and you can't, and you try to explain this to people. Well, it's got Bondo in it. Really? Are you sure it's made by 3M and that is specifically Bondo? Are you sure? Because there's other companies that make body putty. That's the most common. It's the most common. It's the one that a lot of people use, but there are other companies, and there's other types of body filler. There's also a fiberglass body filler, and most people don't even. It's one of those things. Really, really, do I have to explain this? And that again. Sean, you ornery cuss. That's his way of saying, stop ranting, Prince Magnum. I cook Bondo in my crock. You honoring. But yeah, so I mean, it just why do people do that? And it's just I think they just want to sound like they know what they're talking about. But it's to people like who've been around it for a long time, you don't. Real quick, when doing body work, there may come times when I may have to actually make some different metal panels, or shape some metal, and it means I get to do some more filing. So we'll get to see if I'm really good at being a secretary after this. Yeah, I snuck that one in just for you, Sean. That's his favorite joke I tell, the filing joke. I think it's good. I think that's the other running gag. We have two running gags here on the channel. We've got. Yes, you're gonna get me started on that now, huh? Not all, not all crock pots are, not all slow cookers are crock pots. Yes, that drives me nuts too. I hate that. Oh my gosh. Not all. It's like the other thing that gets me going. Uh, since I drive stick, I'll go ahead and say it. What really grinds my gears? is whenever when people call custom wheels rims, it's like, what are you talking about? Beauty rings on those things? That went out of style years ago, And they're like, no, no, the rims, man. No, no, those are wheels. And what do you do with these people? It's like the first time I heard that. Exactly, exactly. Oh my gosh. And you can't explain this stuff to people. It's like they're a little slow on this. Um, I don't know what to do with them. It's like why? It's like I wanted to, it ticks me off so bad. What was that? You're really not supposed to. Engine and motor are two different. Yeah, yeah. I mean, these people tick me off so bad doing that crap. Am I the only one that whenever it's like they generically call it, the brand that makes that particular, type of item, but there's other companies that make it too. Am I the only one who doesn't want to take this to them? Anyhow, don't worry, I got the cap on, and we're not going to take on any starships today. We already did that this morning. Poor Sulu. Oh man, I'm waiting. I'm LSB. Post it and sticky notes. Yeah, that's another one, Sean. Yeah, that's another one. poor LSB. Did you guys like that new one? The new the new aircraft remover 8. I thought you guys might like that one. Um, Basically, when y'all see the Death Star explode, we're getting close to the end of the series. Princess Faye, Princess Faye, absolutely is. She's like, no, no, not another one, not another aircraft remover. She's like, this. She's like, the joke is getting old, honey. And I'm like, no, it's not. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. And she's like, no, you haven't seen it yet. I won't ruin it for you. I'll put it like this though. It is really good. You're gonna love it. Um, Initially, I was gonna do one where it was a Cleon battle crew, a Cleon D7 battle crew. We need season 2. No, we're just gonna keep it going. We're just gonna keep it going. Like one really, really long-winded. Um, but y'all know when it's all going to be coming to a finale when the Death Star explodes, because then there will be a couple pretty much right after that. But for the record, I already have that one done. Everyone's been dying for basically Princess Faye's getting on to me saying, you need to stop this series. It's not funny anymore. I said, yes, it is. You be quiet, dear. I love you, but be quiet. Um, so let's see. Thus far, for aircraft remover, let's see. For aircraft remover, there's one. Okay. So we're all the way up to number 8. We're up to number 8 on this. And of course, we also have aircraft remover, other uses. But yeah, she. Oh my gosh. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. She is cute when she's mad. So, real quick, let's see. Yeah. Here we'll. All right. You're retracting that, huh? Okay. There's one, two, three. We're all the way up to number eight. And then, of course, we have the other uses. So we have that all in the series now. Um, and there is an aircraft remover. There's another one. Basically, it's kind of the prelude to the finale. So yeah, and I tell her all the time, "You cute when you're mad." And she's like, "Oh, shut up." Yeah, I think different. He's already like, "No, we you keep this series going. We need season two." Well, season two, what season two will be is basically other uses. We'll keep other uses, aircraft remover, other uses. Do I need to call Rust-Oleum at some point and tell them that they have one of their products as a running gag on a YouTube channel? Oh, he knows that look. Maybe you can answer this, Queen Bee. Real quick. Do they pull you women aside back in, say, like middle school and teach you all that look that every man knows he just screwed up? Do they all just do that? Just pull you aside? Because I've wondered that. I'm 40 years old. I've been wondering that because I always know when I screwed up and pissed a woman off. That is not a joke. I mean, every man knows that look. Like, you're like shooting daggers from the eyes. It's spooky, you know? Um, they teach it in home ec. Do they even have home ec anymore? Man. Oh my gosh, we're honoring in this chat. Oh, real quick, this is how you will know when you see this one, you know that the season's coming to a close. I think I got the volume all the way up. I told you. I told you I had it ready. But when you see that one, you know that the series, the regular series is getting ready to come to a close. And I've got a couple other gags to go with this, so it's not like we're going to stop it all together right away. But we still got aircraft remover, the other uses, and of course I'm probably going to throw in something that looks like the opening to like a TV show called Aircraft Remover, the TV series, and it's going to be a gag. And then, of course, I might have to make like the trailer to Aircraft Remover, the movie, the motion picture. And of course, I'll make it as funny as possible where none of you will be able to stop laughing. I promise that. Oh, yeah, it's going to be funny. I can't believe we're making this gag just keep going. Princess Faye is gonna string me up by my toenails on this gag. I mean, she's already like, not again, not another aircraft remover. Yes, dear, another one. We need more aircraft remover. Oh yeah, she gets on to me all the time. Let me take a look here. Oh shoot, that wasn't charging like it was. But yeah, I need to call Rust-Oleum and tell them this that we used I used their aircraft remove aircraft remover, not for just removing paint, removing starships and causing supernovas and blowing up moons and taking out helicopters and pod racers and even Sith lords. That's bad. The question. Oh man. Oh my gosh. The, this gag I cannot get over this gag. And of course, real quick, again, if everything goes according to plan, this Saturday, Princess Faye is going to be putting me in drag makeup again. She's already got a brand new, she's already got an idea what she's going to be doing next to me. And I know as soon as that happens, that stream will, that'll be a big freaking stream. By the way, my boss, when she's seen the last one, just seen a few moments, she's like, oh my God, not again. Not again. I'm like, Queen Bee. And of course, I told her, I said, the entire, as soon as the makeup was on, I spent that entire stream trying to make every guy in that stream feel as uncomfortable as possible. And she's like, you are taking this way too far. What the hell is wrong with you? I said, it's funny. It's funny, Um, it's we're having a lot. I said, come on, who else? I said it's keeping people laughing, and that's the main thing is that we're that I'm that it's entertaining. I mean, with everything going on right now, I mean, shoot, we got to have something to keep us occupied. What else are we going to do besides this? I mean, remember what happened in the old days? That's how you had families with like 8 kids. They didn't have television. Ships that pass in the night. Anyhow, yeah, I just said, I know that's messed up. Uh, Oh, you should have seen the look on the first time I showed my boss when I said, Jen, I said, were you in the stream Saturday night? And she's like, no, I wasn't. I said, I figured you would have been. She's like, why? I said, we did the first drag makeup episode. She's like, you live streamed that? I said, yeah, we did this Saturday. She's like, I totally forgot all about it. I said, well, shoot. And I opened up my phone and showed her. And as soon as I, scrolled over to where I was sitting here, oh God, I'm afraid to hear what you've got in mind. Oh man, I'm just afraid to hear what you got in mind. But as soon as I opened it up, she's like, oh my God. She's like, well, it could be worse. You could try to go around calling yourself Who Flung Goo. Anyhow. I'm bad. I'm bad. Hey, what's up? Third Gen 83. We were just doing some chit-chatting. We're showing off the new the parts that's going to be going on Project Lena. You know what? We're just going to have to go out there and take another look-see at her. Let me grab my jacket. Keep waiting for Princess Faye to send me that text saying, "Oh, I'm all done for the day." Okay, baby, I'll come get you. Project Lena tomorrow is going to be getting a brand new set of back brakes. She's getting a whole new set of ceramic brakes on her for the rear end, and so I had to take Princess Faye to work because those brakes are gone. It's just the pads themselves are gone. They're no longer existent. They're fried, finito. They pooped out, flipped us the bird, whatever you want to say at that point. So that's done. But we'll go out and take a look. Princess Faye actually pulled all the pinstriping off Project Lena, and she wants to redo the pinstriping, which amazingly enough, the pinstriping that's on Project Spirit, I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, we got plenty. We have plenty. This is the same stuff that we used on Project Spirit. I say we, but that was Princess Faye's work. So, and of course, here's the pinstriping that she initially used, and she did. She just wanted to change it, so she changed this. So that's it for that. Oh, and real quick, again, aircraft remover is right here. Don't worry, I won't be spraying it around anywhere. You know, we're just going to keep that cap on because we don't want to take out anything just yet. That's the way people get hurt, spraying aircraft remover everywhere. The running gag just continues. All right, let's go out and take a look at Project Lena. Ooh, I was scared of the dark. Somebody hold me. Anyhow. What the fuck's wrong with me? All right, let's go out and take a look at Project Lena. I know y'all appreciate that. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad I know you got that fixed in a hurry. Here we go. Project Lena. This is Princess Faye's prop car. Somebody mentioned that Princess Faye has a thing for the, for that rainbow chrome look. She likes that. And, this is what the pinstriping was like, but we took that off, and, well, she did, and it used to wrap around, was up on the hood, if y'all remember, but she wants something different now. So, again, she's going to be, doing that on the hood and everything, and, just regular, make it all look good again. Hang on a second. My goodness. There we go. Again, this is Princess Faye. Yeah, that's another way it's put. I've heard it put as titanium chrome too. Real quick, we'll pop in here. And there you go. That head unit's got to come out. Real quick, tells you how old she is when you can still find a tape deck. A tape deck. Yeah. And of course, there you go. I bought her that and we just put them right there. That's. And of course, her sister got her this. Gigi from, I forget the anime. So, just basically, it's just your basic run-of-the-mill interior. Oh, real quick, Princess Faye started doing DoorDash. She was actually out doing DoorDash when the back brakes went out. I'm like, yeah, you're lucky that didn't cause an accident or something. Okay, right over here is your basic dash from the early 2000s. And she's coming up, I think she's a little over 200,000 miles now. So, yeah, and real quick, we actually, it was mostly Princess Faye, but she actually fixed this window here for the most part. So there you have that. This is her project, again, you even got the sunroof, well, the moonroof here, and beyond that, there's your sunroof. I'm not a big fan of sunroofs myself. And we're going to have to change out this because it's not working properly. But, it's in pretty good shape otherwise. Usually by now, these 2003, these Pontiac Grand Ams and the Pontiac Grand Prix, all the Pontiacs from the mid 90s on up usually are in very poor shape. So, and of course, the ignition system. Princess Faye, she's like, I want one like Spirit's got. I want one in there like Spirit. You know how I've got the key up here on the column, and then I got the key and the push button. As a matter of fact, the first time she got to play with that system, we got that on camera, and she just thought that was the coolest thing. She's like, I want something like that. That is so cool. But yeah, this is Project Lena. This is Princess Faye's. This is her little project. We have showed her before in a car show. But she was up against nothing but Mustangs and Camaros. So guess who got, the trophies there? And I honestly thought that Project Lena was in better shape. And again, this is the GT package. Showed off the Ram Air earlier, which again, you would have thought that this was the Ram Air. The Ram Air scoops? Nope. Right there. That's the Ram Air scoops, ironically enough. So there you have that. Oh, and if you're wondering where's Spirit at, that's Spirit down there. Y'all know she sits down at the end, kind of off on her own, doing her own thing. I keep her away from everybody. It's just one of the, I keep other vehicles, it's like, I don't like the way other people drive, so I park her away from everybody. So if anybody does any damage to that car, it's going to be me, that sort of thing. And I tell everybody, well, it's not that she's so much a rebel loner. She's just more of a, it's one of those things that, Project Spirit, there are some things on that car you cannot get. Being a four-door Maverick, there's some things they just don't make anymore for that car. The side windows for the four doors don't exist on paper anymore. As a matter of fact, I called to see how much it would cost to get those replacement windows, and they're like, good luck, man. We haven't had a call for anything Maverick in a long time. And I'm like, well, shit, you figured, nope. Windshields, yes. Back windows, yes. For the two doors, yes. But for four doors, As a matter of fact, there's a two-door Maverick that's finally popped up in our area, but it is not daily driven. It hasn't been driven in years, and people just keep buying and selling it. Like it's been in the past, well, since Project Spirit, we've had Project Spirit here on the channel. That car was drug out of storage, cleaned off a little bit, has not run. And it was sold to this one shop over in Farmington. That shop turned around and sold it to another shop in Park Hills. And it's been sitting there for probably close to 2 years and hasn't run. And they're, last I heard, they're wanting to sell it. So basically people are just buying it. They'll sit on it for a little while and they'll sell it for a little bit more money, but they're not actually doing anything with it. So legitimately, I'm the only person in St. Francis County, Missouri, still driving daily a 1970s Ford Maverick, ironically. So, and even if they did put it on the road, do you think they're going to be driving it every day? So that's one of the reasons why we park as far away from everybody as possible, because it's hard to find some of those parts. You have to go call the right salvage yard or something like that. And even in salvage yards, window glass is like gold. Not a joke. And that's all of them. If you can get your hands on window glass, it's not busted up or anything like that. They hang on to it. Them junkyards just like, they hang on to it. We could use a good parts car, but yeah, good luck. Well, honestly, that two-door is in really good shape, and it'd be worth putting back on the road. Matter of fact, think different, because I know you're in the area. The shop I'm talking about over there in Park Hills, that orange and white Maverick. That one, a woman who owned that little restaurant that keeps closing and then it'll open up as something else, and just it's right there in Park Hills. She sold it to a shop over in Farmington, not too far away from Taylor's funeral home. And they sat in behind the building for a little while, and then they turned around and sold it to a shop, the shop over there, right across the street from Sonic, and it's been sitting there for a couple of years now. As a matter of fact, when I went over there to ask about parts, if they can help me order parts for Project Spirit, they're like, "Shoot, we got our own Maverick project. We don't even know where to even begin." I'm like, and I think the last I heard, they were trying to sell that one. And they've racked up the price. Last I heard, they're wanting to sell it for somewhere right around $20,000 to $25,000. Not a joke. That vintage steel just rolling. You know, shoot anymore now. Vintage steel doesn't even. If it's just the body and frame, you'll pay $20,000 now for a complete basket case, just body and frame, and that's all you'll get. And it could be full of rust. You know, like rust holes like that. You know, like that, and you'll still pay $20,000 for it. You know, it's like, yeah, I got lucky. But yeah, it's ridiculous the prices of vintage steel now. I can't even get over that. But could use a good parts car, but actually could probably use to find a good four door parts car. But most of the time now, even the four door parts cars are next to impossible. Yeah, I think so. I got a plan for that V8 swap. If I remember correctly, there's companies now that sell custom cross members now for the V8 swap in the Mavericks. So you can actually get ones that were stronger than what came from the factory nowadays, if I remember correctly. So that might be even a thing. Or in the worst case scenario, I might talk to a place that does talk to a place that does welding, and you could probably have one made, and probably even be, again, still even be better. Um, it's just one of those things. As a matter of fact, there's a place I know I can have that done. Right across town, there's a place called Griffin's Automotive, and that's their bread and butter is doing custom frames and things like that. That's their thing. And if I go up there and say I need a cross member for a V8 swap for a 1975 Ford Maverick, they'll go out there and take the measurements and have something that's made up and even be better than what was from the factory. So that won't even be an issue. I won't even need to do a parts car because I mean, y'all know how I am. It doesn't necessarily have to be that good, but I'm going to go ahead and get it that good if I can get away with it. And I know if I put the right plug in for them, they might cut me a deal. They might not. Some places do, some places don't. But oh yeah, um, one of them things. Uh, but yeah, that's her bread and butter is doing stuff for frames. As a matter of fact, I could probably even get subframe connectors and for Spirit over there if I ask them nice enough. They'll might. In the old days, what we would sometimes do is we'd get old, angle iron from like from an old bed frame. You'd cut that down and actually weld it in, and that would be your subframe connectors on those old unibodies. Uh, I don't know if anybody still does that or not, but that used to be a thing where you could people would do that. That would be ideal, but most of where I live, that's actually really hard to find because a lot of places have sent most of those because of the cash for clunkers. That's the big one. That whole cash for clunkers. A lot of those old cars that you could have gotten those parts from, gone. Especially around here. I know one place might have had something like that, but chances are I can guarantee they don't. As a matter of fact, a place called Sweeney's Auto, which is probably about a half hour drive from Bonne Terre, where I live. Um, the problem, they used to have a lot of old stuff, but they really don't anymore. They're like, we got rid of a lot of our stuff. Good luck. We'd like to help you, but good luck. So ideally, yes, uh, you would be right. A good old parts car would be the better way to go, but we're talking over 40 years ago, and now, and worse yet, um, nowadays, that whole cash for clunkers, they just send them off to the crusher. If they're 10 years or older, they just send them to the crusher now. Um, there is no such thing as a car company building future classics. They don't do that anymore. Um, That stopped in 2006. They do not build future classics. That's just how it is. Um, who shut down? Um, last I heard he was still open, but he may have shut down because they were having well, his car lot across the street had a bad reputation, a really bad reputation. So he may have. Yeah. Um, Again, the one guy you told me about, I might talk to him. I'm sure he's got that stuff laying around, some of that stuff. So that would be another option. Is holler out at forget his name now, but the one I think he's like in Ohio or something like that. Heck, that'd be a road trip for me. Go up there and just buy a bunch of Maverick parts and bring them back. Actually, I know who I would talk to on for that road trip, besides Princess Faye. Just go up there and that sort of thing. But yeah, that would be another option. But again, ideally, stuff like that. Having the parts card, but you know how it is. Yeah, Sweeney's. Yeah, Sweeney's. At last I heard, they may. I don't know if they're still in business or not, but they used to have a lot of old stuff out there, but they got to start getting rid of all that. They're like, yeah, cash for clunkers. We were told we had to get rid of all of that. Hey, what's going on? Filming the ultimate grave taker. Welcome to the live. We've been chit chatting cars because tomorrow, my wife, Princess Faye, is going to be changing the back brakes on her project car. Of all the things, she's going to be changing the back brakes on her car. For the most part, I'll be handling production stuff and videoing and all that. But she's gonna have me handling the live stream while she actually changes her own brakes. So if you got any ladies that sit there and say, "Well, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that," my little wife is going to be changing her own back brakes. So there is no excuse. If you wish you could do it, just go out and learn to do it. Don't let what they say about wishing. Do it. Do it. Get out there and make it happen. My wife does. There's already, as a matter of fact, on the her driver's door window, she did that. She did most of the work on that. I only helped with a few bits and pieces, and it's like I'm looking at it, going, "Okay, I can do this to it," and she's like, "Okay, why don't we do this?" And most of the time, it was her who did that project. I've got the video footage of it, and I'll have to put it together and slap it up there. But yeah, my own wife does work to her own car. She's like, "It's my car. I'll work on it." Okay, my hands are off the project then. Unless you need me. So we push equality here on the channel. Okay, we push equality. My wife does work on cars. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I know there's another guy in this live stream right now. His wife can work on cars. Yeah, you know who I'm talking. There, Jen. I know your wife did. See what I mean? There you go. So for all of our ladies out there, you can do it too. You can do it too. Okay. Don't let nobody tell, and don't let anybody tell you different. Okay. The more a woman knows about cars, the less likely she's going to be to get ripped off when she has to take a vehicle to a shop. Learn as much as you can. I always get upset hearing those stories. We'll take a vehicle to a shop and get ripped off. That always upsets me. Princess Faye, she knows how to work on it. So because she'll go in and say, "Well, I already know how to do a lot of this." They get nervous. Them shops getting nervous. Except for Torque Diesel and Auto, they don't. They don't because they're like, "Good. You should know how to work on your own car to some degree." Uh, because if you know what's going on with your car, that saves us, having to look all over the dang place. The people at Torque Diesel and Auto, that's where we take Spirit, and that's where we take Lena. And I'll tell you all right now. I mean, Lena's Princess Faye will not take Project Lena where I won't take. She won't take it to any shop that I won't trust to even work on Spirit. Basically, if I say that they're not touching Spirit, they don't get Project Lena either. She's very strict about that. Very strict. You know, one of them things. So, all right. I know we're going to have to start looking at shutting down, but let me fill you in. Basically, as this pandemic goes, uh, it pretty well killed car show season this year. I'm really sorry, guys. I wanted to get more video footage of car shows and things like that, and I'm pretty sure, as good as Spirit's looking right now, she'd bring home quite a few more trophies. But unfortunately, with car show season not happening this year because of the pandemic, to my knowledge, they've already basically they're like the Azalea Festival. Yeah, you might as well hang that up. I think they're already saying that possibly, um, possibly that they're already looking at Country Days being shut down. I know someone um, that was wanting me to come up there again this year for Country Days to the Longhouse, and they were even talking about putting me in like the old magician's costume, and I was going to do magic to help bring people into the Longhouse. I was going to, basically, as a service to the community, I was going to do a free magic show in front of the Longhouse. And of course, then when that happens, I get a free tour. I get to they give I get a free tour of the Longhouse, but everybody else gets charged $5. um, and that's my thank you for the and my service to the community. Again, the Prince Magnum channel tries to give back as much as they can to the community. Um, and they'll let me get as much video footage as I want, for you know for that. But they're talking, I think, already that Country Days is already canceled this year, because as of a couple of days ago, we already hit 20 something cases here in St. Francis County. And St. Francis County is a rural community. Think Different will actually vouch for that. We're a very small community. And once it starts hitting us down here, it's also a lot of retirees. So we're gonna the death toll is gonna start really hitting high, and a lot of people are really worried about that. We could thank that couple from Bonne Terre for helping bring it in, uh, because we didn't have any cases, but they insisted on having that 300-person wedding. So, and a lot of people want their heads on a platter, but it's like, what do you expect? Their parents didn't beat their ass enough. That's what happens. But anyhow, so that's what we're dealing with now. So now the pandemic is starting to hit us, and I think they already said school's canceled for the rest of the year. A lot of students are really upset because graduation and things like that. Nothing we can do. What are you going to do, right? So that's kind of some of what's going on right now. So the car show season is off the table right now. Along with that, what Princess Faye and I decided, we kind of talk about this. What we're going to do is basically do kind of our own live stream here by the end of the summer during this pandemic, because I can pretty well guarantee that this pandemic is going to last the rest of the year. But what we're going to do to kind of give you guys something, at least some sort of car show, Princess Faye and I are going to work on Project Spirit and Project Lena. At the end of the summer, we're going to do kind of like our own personal car show, and you guys will get to vote on who you like. And then, of course, And it's just one of those things. Now, I want y'all to remember, I know it because Spirit's the older car, or maybe some of you, you know, don't don't be, basically don't be biased one way or the other. Okay. Look at it with the aesthetic eye. What do you like? And so you guys get to be the judges. You guys in the Maverick Nation get to be the judges, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. But you guys will get to see all the work happening to them. We're going to keep you guys up to speed on all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the only thing that I ask from all of you is don't be biased to one car or the other, because that actually does happen when we go to a car meet. Um, Most everyone will gravitate towards Spirit, but as soon as they find out that Project Lena is being done by a woman, then they gravitate towards her too. It's just weird that way. I don't. It's like, guys, just stick with what you like. Initially, what do you like about this? What do you like about that? So that's what we're going to focus on. What do you like more? One way or the other. So that's just kind of how it is. Again, I started to show you guys, what you guys got to see some of this. One of the things because nowadays, I mean, you can get the original manuals, but we're making our own manuals right here on the Prince Magnum channel. And our own manual, basically, this is where we start kind of keeping track of all the parts numbers on Project Lena, parts numbers on Project Spirit. Yeah, there's an excellent chance of that. Which it's really, I hate to say it, it's time that the president looks at shutting down the country. He's going to have to just shut it down. If we shut it down for about 2 months, this will start coming to a halt. We just got to, but no one wants to do that. Our economy is based on where we all have to keep working. Because our economy is already crap, because we've let so much business go overseas. So what little bit we have to keep going. But we're at that stage where, no, we need to shut it down. But which we know what's going to happen. You're going to have to call a national martial law when that happens. And he doesn't want to do that either, because most Americans, between the ages of 18 to most of them between the ages of 18 to 30 don't want to listen. For that matter, a lot of people in my age group don't want to listen, but we know that we're going to have to do that. But most of well, I can't even say even go by an age group, because down here we've even had some people that are of retirement age. Hey, what's going on, Gavin John? We've got some people down here in retirement age they're going over to the golf course, they're going camping. It's like, this is not vacation. Yeah, you can't. You can't. But then again, what he may be trying to do is, he's afraid of the economy collapsing. He knows what I just talked about. This country has so little in the way of business in manufacturing and things like that. What he's afraid of is shutting it down will destroy it. Yeah, he already knows what we know. But we're now at that stage where we have to do it. But yeah, we got people down here that just don't want to listen. There's an order that what they kind of, and it's kind of a joke, but it's like, we need you guys to start staying home. Shoot, McDonald's drive-through backed up to the highway, all the way around the building to the highway, both drive-through lanes, and we're all sitting there going like, really, really? Well, what it boils down to is you need to at least slow down the spread. Okay, you need to at least slow it down a little bit, so people's immune system can at least catch up to it. Because in some cases, if you just expose them to it quickly, you could basically start killing a bunch of people. We've already had one infant fatality in our area. And so we've already had two deaths in our area, and one of them again was an infant. So we need to actually kind of build people up gradually, but just exposing everyone to it right away, the death toll can go high. So that's what you need to actually kind of shut down. I know in Canada, basically they're like, everybody just stay home, just stay the frick home. Um, and if you're not going out for something that you actually need or something like that, there's a fine. In our area, you're just going to have to send in the National Guard with firearms because we got a lot of people down here that will not listen. And if Think Different's in here, I know. Yeah, they're not listening. Over at my job, again, drive-through was backed up all the way to the highway around, and Think Different can tell you we got a 2-lane drive-through, both lanes, and it's like really. See what I mean? But no one's taking this serious. Oh, this ain't nothing. Really? How serious does it have to get? Because you people aren't listening, car show season is canceled. You guys just screwed up my channel. Some people have. I know what you're talking about, Crystal. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me put it more like this. That was, we're on number 19. That was 18. The rumor has it that China was messing around with 18, and that's how we got 19, if you catch my meaning. And when it broke free, we're basically dealing with a manufactured one. For the record, the United States does the same exact thing. When's the last time you've ever heard of anyone getting the smallpox vaccination? It's been years since anyone's gotten the smallpox vaccination. Been numerous years since anyone has gotten we've eradicated it here in this country. However, the Monsanto company is growing smallpox right now. Not a joke. They're also experimenting. Yeah, they don't care around here. Well, honestly, it is not the entire country of China. It's the Chinese Communist Party. Xi Jinping knows, he's supposed to be leading these people, and he's been trying to reform them for a while, but there's so much corruption in the Chinese Communist Party. He's been fighting for a good long time since, he's been very open about it since Donald Trump has been our president. Yeah, they're the ones. They designed it. Basically, they were goofing around with stuff. How many times I got to say it? Quit screwing around with Mother Nature. So because of China, it's like, we have this global pandemic where we live. They're not treating it serious. Number 18 did make its way around, and people have been talking about. If you read a Lysol can, it talks about Corona on the back. Well, that's the other strands. This is 19. This is number 19. Number 19 was designed. Okay, it was ramped up. Germ warfare, folks. Germ warfare is what we're dealing with. And we know better. But, what are you going to do? I mean, do you say, obviously you can't trust the CIA. They'll just install another dictatorship. They've been trying to do it. The CIA's been trying to do it secretly. Yeah. So you can't really trust, let me put it like this. When you talk about the Chinese Communist Party in China, they've been buying out our media companies. Okay, as a matter of fact, YouTube doesn't like me to talk about it, but I'll say it again. Google has been trying to get back into China. China likes its censorship, and Google's been trying to get back into China. That's why we've had so many problems on YouTube, because Google owns YouTube. Okay. And we talked about this in a previous live stream where we said it's about time that the creators who are partnered with YouTube actually form a union. And YouTube tried to shut down my live stream 3 times during that stream. And I don't think they knew what to think. I think, if I remember correctly, Gamerin was in there, and I think Sean was in there when that was going on. And they did not like that. Talk about union here in the U.S. No one likes that, but it's like, lawyers getting involved, and they did not like that at all. Made them nervous, made them very nervous. So they tried to shut me up, but obviously they didn't. Again, the whole thing, we know that the breakout was in China. We know why. They're trying to, as a matter of fact, they're trying to lie right now about the number of cases in China, and the number has stayed, we know better. It's, over 82,000, and they're keeping it in the 82,000 range. That's what they've been trying to do for a little while now. And we already know. We know. It's one of those things we know. But to give you an idea, the country of China does not have a military. The Chinese Communist Party, they have a military, but the country of China itself does not actually have a military to defend it. That military, if the people decide to say, no, we want democracy, they want... Chinese Communist Party will mobilize their military and crush the Chinese people. Yeah, most people don't even know that. But the country of China does not have an actual military. For the record, in this country's dirty to the country of Taiwan, because China actually goes around saying that Taiwan is actually a part of China. Taiwan, the name that they go by is the Democratic Republic of China. When China was a democracy, the Chinese Communist Party pushed the democracy out, and they had to flee to the island of Taiwan. So that country is actually what's left of the Democratic. Most people don't even know that either. And when President Trump got a phone call from the Taiwan president, the media just were like, "Oh, you dirty rotten dog," and everything. And it's like, that's a legitimate country. And again, that just shows that the media is being bought up by China. Again, people don't know that. The Chinese shows that you actually used to see before this pandemic, those shows are not actually from China anymore. Those are the ones that had to run from China, from the Chinese Communist Party. Those shows that you see all around the world, what China used to offer, those shows are actual refugees that were being targeted by the Chinese Communist Party. And don't even get started talking about the Falun Gong practitioners. Don't even get started about that. They'll shut my stream down right now. But because of this whole pandemic, we cannot do any car shows this year. But we got something planned. We're gonna have some fun regardless. We will do a version of we will do something like a car show this year. So you guys will get to vote, who turned out the best by the end of the summer, which of course Project Cars will be working on the rest of the year. Pretty cool, right? All right. So any questions thus far? Because I think it shouldn't be much longer. Actually, I'm gonna have to get ready to go get Princess Faye from work, which means that I will have to shut down the live. One of the things. Have to go and pick up my sweetheart, bring her home, and we'll grab a bite to eat and relax and all that good stuff and just do what we do. Again, I still chase after my wife as if I'd never caught her. Nothing wrong with that, right, guys? Right? I know there's some ladies that like to hear that. They're like, oh, that's so sweet. But really, I mean, if I didn't love her, I wouldn't do it. That's just how I've. But, I could, but you guys just be staring at the back right over there. That's all the back shelf over there. And, if I took it with the over on Highway 67, there are areas where just complete dead zones. So I would end up losing you guys anyways. It'd end up shutting down on me anyhow. Think different. He knows the area. Watch time, baby. Well, I've actually been don't forget, we've got the aircraft remover. I don't know if Third Gen has been able to watch the aircraft remover series. We're all the way up to number 8 now. Number 8. I love it. I love it. Princess Faye hates the series now. She hates aircraft remover. I don't know if Crystal Teardrop is still in here. Have you seen Aircraft Remover 8? We got Aircraft Remover 8 now. You're gonna love it. I think I love that how she said I was her favorite inventor. Using aircraft remover. Which it's over there. Don't worry, the cap's on it. We don't want to just spray that around. That's how people get hurt. Spraying aircraft remover everywhere. People catch fire. Remember what happened to Anakin. Yeah, that was great. All right. Again, thank you all so much. I might have to get on my sister. You forget? You forget, sis? Yeah, 7 was worth it. Was worth the effort of reposting. Again, if y'all haven't seen them, we're gonna run this gag into the ground, okay? And I know Think Different's like, no, man, we need season 2 is where we start looking at other uses, okay, for aircraft remover. That's where we'll be blowing up other stuff besides, crazy ships and helicopters and everything like that. We'll be, we'll do buildings and stuff like that. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. It's like how. Hey, Gotons! Welcome to the live, brother. Gotons, I gotta ask. Have you been in there? Oh man, I'm telling you. Gotons, I gotta ask. Have you been to the playlist called Aircraft Remover? Have you been to that playlist yet? Because if you haven't been to that playlist yet, you're missing out. It's the funniest thing you're ever going to see. Hang on a second. I got to ask, have you seen Aircraft Remover? Okay? Because here on the Prince Magnum channel, we've got our run. Oh, you have? Here you go. Aircraft Remover. Could be. Oh man, Green Bee. Princess Faye hates it now. She's like, it's not funny anymore. It's like the dang filing joke. It's not funny anymore, honey. And I'm like, everybody else is still having a good time. I don't know. She's like, you're pissing me off with it. You're cute when you're mad. She's like, oh my God. But the regular, Gotons, if you haven't seen it yet, Gotons, Aircraft Remover 8 is up. We had to repost 7 because YouTube, their automated system got goofy on me. Yeah, that's some good shit, isn't it? Uh, for those who don't know, I actually have like all sorts of crazy ideas for that. Just that one can of aircraft remover. Eventually, I want to do a trailer for like what aircraft, the motion picture. I'll do a trailer like that. I don't think I can actually do, but I'll make it look like some cheesy '80s action trailer, action movie trailer. I won't tell you how. Yeah, that. Oh, and here again, go times. I'll give you the preview. Okay, this is all the videos that I've yet to post. Okay, and you'll know when we're getting close to the end because you'll see this one. That's how you'll know we'll be getting close to the end of the regular aircraft remover series. Oh man, I know YouTube sitting there going, "Oh my God, why? Why does he keep putting these up?" Someone actually told me this. Said you were the only person I know who could make that gag. Oh my God! But there's a new one up right now called Aircraft Remover 8 Extra Strength. Not a joke. If you haven't seen it yet, you're gonna love it. I mean, that's the running gag, and it's and all. If you don't know, there's a video where I put the very first aircraft remover. um, I put the original aircraft remover clip video. It was actually at the end of one of my videos, and the video that it was at the end of was when we did the taillight panel on Project Spirit, and we edited it out and everything, and then I got to the end, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at that can, and I'm like, aircraft remover. And then my '80s childlike mind that watched one too many action movies from back then, immediately helicopters exploding and stuff like that. And that's where it all began. And now it's the biggest running gag on the channel. But initially, what it was is like, here's the section. My God, I forgot all about that video. Wow, I haven't looked at that one in a long time. Let's see, where is it? Wow, some of these videos I haven't even looked at in a long time. Long time. Performance not included. Yeah, I got to look at that. Yeah, man, we got to get back on that series. That's a good series. There it is. But I'll give you. Come on. But right there, these are like this is like all the old videos that I did, and but at the end of this video, that's where we actually put the original aircraft remover in. And now, of course, obviously, it's the biggest running gag on the channel. And when I showed Princess Faye the original aircraft remover, the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, this needs to be its own video." Okay, fine. So I put it up. And I know, what was it, A&R, if he's still in here, he'll tell you. When he clicked on it, that was not. Night, A&R. I was going to say, A&R will tell you, though, if he decides to mention it, that when he clicked on it, yeah, it's kind of her own fault. But she thought it was going to be one or two videos. Nope. Biggest running gag on the channel. And now, That one can of aircraft remover. What is it all taken out? Let's see. Yeah, yeah, and it started off with that. I know you said when you clicked on it, it was not. Oh, you've watched all of them, and probably including the ones that we did today. And it just started off with that. Don't forget A&R Saturday. I get put in drag makeup again. Don't forget. Um, Princess Faye's already got the new look. You know, the new makeup look picked out, or so she tells me. She's got it. She says she's got a pretty good idea what she's going to do to me. Oh God, right? Here we go again. And we're going to keep doing that until the pandemic's over. You know, just something for fun. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks. We're having a good time. Oh man. And I promise that we'll see another aircraft remover put up probably before too much longer. I promise to put one up. But when you guys see the Death Star, that's when we're getting close to the end of the series. There'll be one more after that. Then we'll get into aircraft remover, other uses. We'll continue that one. And then, you know, of course, a few more gags, and we'll keep it going as long as we can. You know, the day will come though when we have to retire the gag. My boss, the first time she seen when I showed her the first live where I was done up in, you know, when Princess Faye did my makeup, the first you know, in the first drag makeup live, when I showed her that, she's like, "Oh my God." And then she's like, "You make a hotter looking chick than me." She's like, "What the hell?" You know, she thought it was funny. She's like, "Oh my God." So she's actually going around work calling me GG Hot Lips. All right, bro. I'll be, you know, we're going to keep going live every day. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched many of the Mortal Kombat movies in a long time. I hadn't even seen any of them since Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Um, which that was awesome, man. You know, actually, I like the original one more, but I always used to make fun of the Mortal Kombat music that they put in those movies. Always said it sounds like something you would hear at a strip club. Uh, you too, A&R. You stay safe. Make it back to the next live in one piece. Gosh darn it. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that. Um, we're not putting it. But yeah, I always said that the original Mortal Kombat music always reminded me of something you would hear at a strip club. I already know what some of you are saying. Okay, Princess Faye's not around for me to tell this, so I'll go ahead and tell this story. Um, I've been to a strip club before. Uh, I think they actually closed down, but there used to be one out in St. Roberts, Missouri, and I was actually in that one called Big Louie's, and while there, I actually hung out with one of the strippers, and she was real nice. Yeah, yeah, I hung out. If I Yeah, I hung out with one of the that this was long before I met Princess Faye. But she's like, "Oh, I've never met a guy like you." I'm sure you say that to all the guys, but um, yeah, she was real nice. You know, but it was one of them things. Yeah, we hung out for a good little while, and she was real nice. But yeah, Princess Faye does not like to hear some of those old stories like that. She gets kind of a little sensitive, you know. I was 26 at the time, you know. I was actually 3 months sober when I did that. Hadn't quite gotten with my son's mother yet, and it was definitely interesting. Um, yeah, it was my buddy's idea. We went up there. I spent some money. I spent a lot of money. We had a good time. Had a good time. And I don't think I think they were all real nice. They'd all come out and cheer each other. Just good gals. I don't think I met a hateful person there. It was, she doesn't. She doesn't have many stories like that, but and I told her, I said, even if you did, I mean, you had a life before me. That's just, yeah, it was a good friend of mine. I said, come on, man, we ought to go out. We took my old car. His car couldn't have made the trip. That car was on its last leg. This is the buddy that he liked blowing up engines in cars. I'm like, way to go. Um, this is the buddy of mine. He watched me get sober, and it was real funny. Uh, since we're talking, this is supposed to be do-it-yourself budget hot rodding. He was complaining his car ran like crap. I said, "Well, I'll work on it. I'll straighten it out." I went out there, worked on his car, and his girlfriend, his girlfriend was like, uh, she was like scared of the car after I got through working on it. She's like, "I'm scared of it," and she worked over at the Deloge McDonald's. Why? Why are you scared of the car? She said, "Well, I went to come home from work." And I smoked the dang tires off of it. That car used to not be able to do that. She's like, it didn't have any tail, it used to have no balls at all, as far as cars went. She's like, now it's a tire roaster. And he started laughing. He said, I tried to tell you, Prince Magnum can work on them. And she's like, I almost got rode up over it. You know, they got really mad at her. Her bosses got really, don't you have to know, you don't understand. Um, and she had to explain it to him. But it is what it is. And he ended up blowing the doors off of some Firebird, but then like the next day he was hot footing it and blew the engine up. I'm like, you ass. Blew the engine up in that car. So yeah, one of them things. Blew the guts out of her. What a buddy. I did a lot of work on that car, and he blew the guts out of it. So we all the joke is, if you let me work on it, you'll probably blow it up because it's just so much fun after that. I think he's done that to quite a few vehicles that I've worked on for him. It's like I ain't touching no more. Just blow them up afterwards. I had another buddy. It, yeah, yeah, you won't tell. Yeah, we went out there and yeah. As a matter of fact, real quick, where's right there? I'm looking right at it. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Real quick, you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. What did I look like when I was? This was me at the age of 27 years old. Not a joke. That was me at 27. Actually, here. There you go. Hey, what's going on? That was me at the age on my 27th birthday. And yeah, I was still working on cars then. So if y'all ever wondered what I looked like back then, Mike. Well, we were at Six Flags over in Pacific. Well, no, not Pacific. Um, Mike, have you seen the aircraft remover series? You better have seen the aircraft remover series. Yep. Yeah, that was over in Eureka, Missouri, which I used to grow up not too far away from Eureka. Uh, my grandparents lived not too far away from Eureka. My dad, Oh, all right, go Tons. We're actually slowly getting ready to wind it down. I got to go pick up Princess Faye. So actually, I need to get my butt in gear and get ready to go. But yeah, Mike, if you haven't done it, you better get over there and check out my aircraft remover series here on the channel. You're gonna just click on, go to the playlist that says aircraft remover and just play it through. I promise you, you won't be able to stop laughing. You won't be able to stop. You're gonna die laughing at it. Okay, guaranteed. So far, everyone loves it. All right, so guys, I do have to get my butt over and get Princess Faye. If not, she will execute me. Yeah, she'll kill me for sure. But all right, we will be live tomorrow. It's going to be a lot earlier than usual, so there may be a chance there may be 2 live streams tomorrow because I'm off for 3 days. But tomorrow, Princess Faye will be doing the breaks on Project Lena. Okay, so if you missed who Project Lena is, that's your 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Mike, get over your as soon as I shut this down, get over there into my, open up my channel and take a good close look at the aircraft remover playlist. You're gonna love it because each video is maybe at best about 12 seconds long. Okay. All right. So that brings us to our spot. Again, tomorrow, you're gonna all get to see Princess Faye changing brakes. Okay. Changing the brakes on her own car. So you guys don't want to miss that. All right. And along with that, again, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate y'all. We've had a lot of laughs this live stream too. And you guys got to see how, got to see some pretty cool stuff. Later, go times. I love you guys. All right. As usual, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you, no one has told you that they love you today, especially in these dark times. Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.